Can't decide and torn between a romantic, comedy, action, or an indie film to watch for the weekend? Well. Golden State Media Concepts Movie Podcast is your ultimate guide to the latest movies. Join us as we dissect the latest on the blockbusters. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Movie Podcast.
Do it.
Yeah. Hello, guys, and welcome to GSMC Movie Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network.
Brought to you by. Oh.
Yeah, brought to you by.
Sorry, we're getting really meta with our intro today. By meta, I mean overly self-aware, which is why I asked Cynthia if she was going to do the intro or if I should do the intro. My name's Keith.
Yeah, my name's Cynthia, by the way,
yeah.
And Keith is alive, so...
I am. I missed the music, the movie intro music. When I heard it, I was like, oh, I'm back.
Yeah, we missed you
I'm
last
alive
week.
Again.
I know. I don't know if you heard last week's episode, but I was like, you guys, let's all take a moment of silence for Keith.
No, did you really? I didn't get... I know. I didn't get a chance to listen to it this week because I'm a horrible co-host.
It's fine. I mean, you had a fever... But
more than a fever, I had I don't know, I felt like I was dying.
Oh my God.
It was pretty awful.
Well, we did take a moment of silence for you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you, I guess.
Yes,
Thanks everybody for taking that moment of silence for me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But no, we're back here another week. We have a lot to talk about today. Especially because I actually did hit the theaters over the weekend.
Whoa.
I know, because
that's not a thing that we normally do.
I know, but I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, but Bad Boys for Life came out last Friday with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Have you seen promotion?
And that's Bad Boys spelt with a Z, the number 4, and Life with a Y, right?
Absolutely not.
Oh. Then what are they doing?
What do you mean?
It should be spelled Bad Boys,
for
Life.
For Life.
Yeah.
I know.
This is the type of humor that everyone was missing out on last week.
I don't think we missed
so
it.
Lucky.
I don't think we missed it. No, I'm kidding. But you have seen the promos and all of it, right? Previews.
Totes my goats.
Totes my goats.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I went. What day was it?
You've never said totes my goats?
I didn't. I never said totes.
What about toast my goats?
Neither.
Wow.
Negative.
What about that floats my goat?
Where are you getting these phrases from? I've never heard of these besides you right now.
You've got to be goating with me.
Oh my God. Here's a dad joke, you guys. We definitely missed the dad jokes, didn't we? Didn't we? But no.
That last one I just made up. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to tell you, Bad Boys for Life, I finally went to the theaters and I watched it Monday. Because we all had off, and I'm upset because the theater I went to, it's in Davis, the one I went to. And
Davis.
Yes. And I did not like the theater because I've never been to a movie theater where you pay, where you buy your food at the concession stand, you also buy your ticket. So, right, usually theaters, they have them separate. You go to the window, you buy your ticket, then you walk in, and then you buy your popcorn, etc.
You have to make it through the gauntlet of the candy and popcorn smell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I went, and I was mad confused. There were 3 long...
Wait. Were you mad, confused?
I was both. Mad and confused. Mad confused.
Okay. But were you also mad confused?
Yes. I was both. I was mad and confused.
No, but there was 3 things. Mad and confused, which is 2 things. And then you were, in addition to mad and confused, mad confused.
I was all 3.
Okay.
Yeah. All of the above.
I'm just verifying the plethora of emotions that you were experiencing.
Well, that's exactly how I felt. And I was so annoyed because I was already kind of late to the movie. The movie started at 12:40. And
in the afternoon?
Yeah, in the afternoon. I went early because I had to come and record a few episodes on Monday. And it was in downtown Davis, so parking is terrible anywhere, any city you live in. Like downtown is like the worst spot. So parking was terrible. We walk in, 3 long lines at the concession stand, and I was confused. I'm like, where do I buy my ticket? And I was waiting in line like additional 20 minutes at the concession stand. So by the time I got to the front, it was already like 1:20. So I had missed like probably like 20, 25 minutes of the beginning of the movie, which is fine. I mean, I was able to catch up later on in the film, but...
Wait, are you sure?
I am sure.
You didn't miss anything? I feel like this is a really...
No, I for sure missed like probably...
plot-intense movie.
Yes. Like, because I was reading some reviews and people said like the first 10 minutes of Bad Boys was really intense. So I am upset. Because what's funny, while I was at the Davis Theater, my parents were at a different theater and they watched it at 2 p.m. And so my dad's like a huge Bad Boys fan. He's watched the one that came out in 1995, the one that came out in 2003, and then now this one.
Wait, one came out in 2003?
Yeah, that's the very last Bad Boys. That's why there was so much like hype around this film, because it's been like 17 years since the last one came out, and the dynamic that Martin Lawrence and Will Smith have is just super unique, and like they're brothers, like in real life, like not actual blood brothers, but they consider themselves brothers, you know. But no, highly recommend.
Brothers with a U.
Brothers, like brothers.
I guess. I don't know.
No, but I loved this film, Bad Boys for Life.
Wow.
Loved it, especially because of the cast. And I want to quickly get into the cast. They did such an amazing job with the cast. So we have Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical.
Oh my gosh. I had the biggest crush on her when I was in
she was very
junior
cute.
high school. I thought she was just like the bee's knees.
Well, I think it's fine because I had a crush on Zac Efron at that age. Like, you know, High School Musical days.
I had a crush. I have a crush on Zac Efron.
Oh, you still do?
He's beautiful.
Oh, that's funny. But no, so let me get into the cast. So them 3, then we have DJ Khaled, which was so funny. He was only in the movie. I know. He was literally only in the movie for like 2 minutes, but it was still really funny.
Can we talk about something real quick?
Yeah.
Little aside here. How is it that DJ Khaled is allowed to work in Hollywood at all? He's this is maybe a little sensational. Yeah, I'm just not going to go with that. In my opinion, DJ Khaled...
Don't hate on him right now.
Oh my gosh.
Don't hate on him right now. I'm about to get defensive.
He's discriminatory towards women. You realize that?
When?
He straightforward in interviews has said that he believes that women should treat men as if they are kings. Because women are not because women are less than men.
I need to see this because I've never seen
so
this video.
this is a PG podcast. So I will tell you off air specifically regarding the subject matter that he was talking about, but you should know that the fact that it's been kept under wraps that DJ Khaled is one of the most discriminatory individuals in the music industry is like a gross misappropriation of social justice warrioring. Because like if you guys are going to be upset about anything, you should be upset about the fact that DJ Khaled still makes money in Hollywood.
Yeah, I
am
don't think
normally
anyone
not
knows
the type
about
of I know, which is crazy.
Like,
I
no
can't
one,
believe this. I am
worth,
normally not the type
right.
of person to make these type of points. I normally think that they're like stupid and arbitrary, but like legitimately, when you in an interview say that women should treat men like kings because women are less than men, then like,
well, yeah,
I don't think that you should. I think that if people are going to get upset about jokes that like James Gunn made 10 years ago, they should definitely be upset about the things that DJ Khaled has said about women. But whatever. Hey, you know what? I'm sure he was great.
Well, that's crazy because this is literally the first time I've ever heard of this. And he works with a lot of women in the music industry and produces them, like Beyonce. Like he's with Beyonce and so many more. So that's actually crazy. And
real friends who's got them.
Yeah. So off air, I definitely want you to show me.
I don't know if I'll show you, but I'll tell you the place to look it up.
Yeah.
I just can't say what the subject matter was specifically because it's definitely R-rated.
Yeah.
But anyway, DJ Khaled is in it. He did a great job. Who is Nicky Jam?
Okay, that's what I want to get into because there was a lot of Latino influence in this film because it's based in Miami and certain scenes in the movie were based in Mexico City. And it's pretty much, if you've never seen any of the Bad Boys films.
Which I have not.
Oh, stop. This is probably why you're not as hype as I am because I like watched all of them. My dad is a huge fan. So it's like, I always saw those movies. I've seen the first two so many times. So I was super...
I don't know if I'm ever as hype as you are about anything.
No. Well, you know what? Step it up, because Bad Boys for Life was great. And so Paola Nunez, Kate the Castillo, and Nicky Jam, they're all like A-list top celebrities, actors, musicians in the Latino world. Like Nicky Jam, he makes great music. Like, you know who J Balvin is? He has a song with Beyonce.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you probably have heard it, honestly.
Probably.
But don't know the name. But Nicky Jam, he's such a great music artist.
Does he work with Shelly Peanut Butter?
Who?
Nicky Jam and Shelly Peanut Butter?
Oh, my God. Stop with these jokes, you guys. I was like, what? But no, Nicky Jam. And I actually was really impressed with his acting. I know we touched on this on a few episodes ago, how like we don't know how we feel about like musicians stepping into the acting zone.
Unless their name is Justin Timberlake. Okay, JT. No, but Nicky Jam, I was excited to see him. He played one of the villains. And then let me give you a little history, because I know a lot of the Latino viewers who watch Bad Boys film, like my parents, were super hyped when they saw Paola Nunez and Kate the Castillo. So them and they're starred in a lot of telenovelas. And like the best telenovelas in Mexico. And Kate del Castillo in this film in Bad Boys, she is like a drug cartel lord person, but that's her role in multiple novelas. Like she's known for doing like drug movies, drug novelas, and she actually met El Chapo. Like she's really about that life. Wow.
Like
that's
intense.
That was probably terrifying.
No, her character in the movie was definitely...
Oh, no, I meant meeting El Chapo.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a whole documentary on Netflix. There's actually multiple. So I was really shocked to see Kate Castillo, but I was like pleasantly surprised because I am a fan of her acting. Like she's one of the highest paid telenovela stars. And same with Paola Nunez. She was in a novela with Kate Castillo. So those two ladies have worked together, and I was just like really impressed with the cast. And I mean, DJ Khaled, now that you told me that, it's like, besides him, but the rest, I was a fan. And not according, but I'm not the only one who also thought Bad Boys for Life was an amazing film. I mean, just in their opening box office week over the 4-day MLK holiday weekend, Bad Boys for Life worldwide made $101 million and then $73 million in the U.S., and then that's beating Doolittle. So Doolittle and Bad Boys for Life came out at the same time.
That is terrible. Like, what? That's not even competition.
What? I mean,
Doolittle is... Like, have you seen the trailer for that movie?
I did.
I talked about it last week, right?
I did.
Yeah, it looked like... It looked terrible, in my opinion.
I don't think it looked terrible. Like, I think kids would enjoy it, but definitely out of Bad Boys for Life and Doolittle, I'm not surprised Bad Boys for Life came first place, and then they came in second in domestic sales.
I mean, what else are you going to go see? I was trying to find movies for us to talk about. There is nothing.
Yeah, there's not a lot right now. But Bad Boys for Life, they've been promoting that film since last summer. So I'm also not surprised that they're taking the #1 spot for the MLK 4-day weekend. And amongst like domestic records broken ever, Bad Boys for Life is the second best MLK opener ever after American Sniper. So American Sniper ended up with $107.2 million over their opening weekends. But still very impressive.
Bradley Cooper.
For Bad Boys for Life to come in
Going through
second.
a list of men that are attractive.
Oh, wait. We got a lot more to talk about in today's episode.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So
I love talking about
good-looking men.
Yeah, good-looking men.
Okay, well, that's my recommendation. Highly recommend Bad Boys for Life. Keith, go watch it. Listeners, go watch it. We're going to cut into our first quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the SAG Awards.
Want to know the latest and hottest music hitting the airwaves? Don't be left out. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. Keith keeps you on the loop with everything you need to know from pop, rock, hip-hop, and the top 40. And we'll throw in news of your favorite artists, concert and tour dates, and so much more. Listen no further, because this is the gold standard in music podcast.
waiting until the last minute. Welcome back from the commercial break. I am just on fire with these dad jokes today.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. You're listening to the GSMC movie podcast. Do I need to repeat it?
I'm like, oh, you've been gone for a week. It's like everything just like is over your head. Right? You're like, wait, do I? I mean, they know what they're listening to.
They should by now.
They should. Yeah. Yes, I know.
They hear our two wonderful voices, and they're about to hear me go on a diatribe about how people seeing something and breaking box office records doesn't necessarily make something a good movie. Like Avatar broke every box office record ever, and it sucked. So
you didn't like Avatar?
Opinion, no.
Why?
It's just like.
You were just like,
I don't know. I'm riding the hate train
you
today.
You are today.
Choo choo, taking off from the station.
I think it's because you're recovering from being sick. Maybe that's why.
I am, yes. I have like so much time to make
Next
up.
week you'll be in a better mood.
I'm in a great mood. I'm super happy. I'm here. I'm doing a podcast. The sun came out for like 20 minutes today.
It did.
Oh, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. What are we here really talking about?
I don't even remember what we're talking about. I'm just kidding. We're talking about the SAG SAG Awards. It's what you do with your jeans. SAG.
Oh my God. Are you guys keeping points of all these dad jokes at this point? Are you?
You better.
They should.
Yeah.
Okay, but this year's 26th annual, so SAG is abbreviated for Screen Actors Guild Awards. Will you say guild?
Yeah, I guess.
Right? Okay.
So I don't even know what a guild is. I mean, I guess I know what a guild is, but like usually people only use it for nerdy stuff like video games.
I wouldn't know. I don't play video games.
Really?
Mm-mm. Actually, no.
Mario
I like
Kart?
Mario Kart.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've talked about Mario Kart on this
Mario
podcast.
Party
Yeah,
2. I like Mario Party. Anyways, though.
Wait, Mario Party 2 or Mario Party in addition?
I don't know. I just go over to my sister's house and it's all plugged in, ready for me to play.
Okay, then it's probably not Mario Party 2. That was on N64.
Oh.
That was before your time, I think.
Before my time, oh my God.
What? What does an N64 look like?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't play video games. I don't know anything about video games.
Uh-huh.
I don't. Anyways, the SAG Awards took place not last night, January 19th, at the Shrine Auditorium and Expo Hall in LA, which obviously it's like all these award shows. LA is like the most suitable place for all these award shows. And I watched a big chunk of the show through YouTube, of course. And I really liked how the SAG Awards focuses not necessarily just on the artists themselves, or not on the artists, on the actors and actresses, but they really view acting as a collaborative project, as a collaborative piece of art. So their awards are not only specified towards like best male actor, best female actor, etc., but they also I was surprised that they were giving out like best stunts for certain like movies.
Oh yeah.
So that I actually liked the SAG Awards compared to like the Golden Globes. That we talked about in previous episodes. And I'm going to just quickly read their mission. And their mission is posted on their website. And it goes, the awards focus on both individual performances as well as the work of the entire ensemble of a drama series and comedy series and the cast of a motion picture.
Did you mean ensemble?
Ensemble, yes. Yeah. I know, I said ensemble.
It's okay.
Ensemble.
I was just making sure I understood you.
Yes. These honors are fundamental to the spirit of the Screen Actors Guild Awards because they recognize what all actors know, that acting is a collaborative art. And that's like what they stand for.
That's cool.
And their mission. So, yeah, no, I appreciated that. I was like,
So it's not just some self-serving award show for Hollywood bigwigs to get up and be like, look how great I am.
No.
Oh, cool.
And something that I also like, too, is that the majority of the actors who were in attendance of the show, they all really hyped each other up.
Yeah.
And they were like, we all grew up together. I mean, there were barely any new generation actors in the room. Like the majority of them were probably people we grew up watching. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro.
I did not grow up watching them.
Oh, well, I'm sure you've watched a couple movies with them starring in it.
I actually don't
know
if I
have.
Meet
the Fockers? Robert De Niro is in it?
Oh, yeah, Robert De Niro is in that. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Also, watch your language.
I did not say a bad word, okay? But I'm going to just...
I was like Ben Stiller, right? He was the main guy.
Yes, Ben Stiller, Jennifer Aniston, Brad Pitt, who else? There were so many actors in there. Sofia Vergara, the one who's in...
Vergara.
Vergara. Yeah, so I liked how they were really... It felt like me as a viewer watching the award show through YouTube, like there was a sense of community within them, and they were really just like nice. Appreciative of each other's work, and no, I really enjoyed it. But anyways, I want to get into some of the awards that were handed, and this one is probably one of the most memorable awards because it made history. So for outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture.
Oh, the whole cast.
Was awarded to Parasite.
Which I really would like to see.
Yes, me too. Parasite was directed by Bong Joon-ho, and he was also nominated for Best Director at the Golden Globes for this film.
I would assume so.
And Parasite is a South Korean film, and it just made history because it became the first ever foreign language film to take home a SAG award for this specific category. So there has never been a foreign... Yeah, so a huge win for South Korea. And huge
win for foreign films in general. That's exciting.
Yeah, and I think also it's even more exciting about this specific award is that I feel that, and then a lot of like Asian communities and Asian American communities have talked about this, but how they feel that they're underrepresented in Hollywood, which is absolutely true. So it's really nice to see it kind of, they're being represented and they're being recognized for their work. And I actually saw a little bit of the trailer for Parasite, and I want to go watch it. Yeah. And there's a reason why they're getting so many nominations. They have an Oscar nomination as well.
Yeah.
So no, I was very pleased with the outcome for that specific award. And then for outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role was awarded to Renee Zellweger for her performance in Judy.
She won the same thing at the Golden Globes too, right? Have you seen that show?
Which one, Judy?
Yeah.
I have not. Have you?
No, I really want to now.
I know. As I was like going through these, I like the recipients of these awards, I want to see a lot of these films on because I'm like, there's a reason why, they're getting nominated. Yeah. Like, what did they do differently? What made them stand out? So I'm definitely intrigued to see,
Plus,
Judy.
Renee Zellweger is pretty cool.
She is. Yeah. She is. I haven't we talked about this, how we haven't really seen her name pop up in a while.
Yeah.
Since the Golden Globes, but she's now being recognized. And then, of course, I'm not even surprised by this next recipient.
Yeah, you've been talking about this movie for months.
I know.
Everybody's been talking about it for months.
Everybody,
yeah.
I know. Even these award shows. An outstanding performance by a male actor was given to Joaquin Phoenix for Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix.
He didn't seem as jokery at this award show. I don't know if you remember.
He's coming down from that method acting high, if you will.
Yeah. So this one, he seemed a little bit more like when he was giving his acceptance speech, he seemed a little more, I guess quote unquote normal. He wasn't so into that Joker character off stage. So yeah, again, I'm not even surprised by this. And then for outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role was given to Brad Pitt for his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Which I haven't seen. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen this one either.
It's supposed to be really good.
Well,
Pretty sure it's the new Coen Brothers flick, right?
Maybe.
Coen Brothers is the name
I know Brad Pitt he says that his character in that film, he's like this guy who is just I'm trying to keep this PG. He's high all the time and doesn't really do much with his life. So,
right.
No, I'm intrigued by this film as well. And he won in this exact same category at the Golden Globes. So,
wait, for the same movie?
For the exact same movie, Once Upon a Time.
See, now it does feel really self-serving. It's just oh, look how great we all are. We get to win the same award for the same thing in multiple places. I don't know. It almost feels like you go on the award circuit for advertising reasons and not for legitimate acting reasons, or it's they're actually just that good. I don't know.
Well,
was there no other good movies?
Well, I know that's what I was thinking, but I feel as a whole, with all the awards at the SAG Awards, they're definitely different from like the Golden Globes and the Oscar nominations, because the Oscar nominations and the Golden Globe nominations, they're pretty much almost identical. And I feel like compared to those two, SAG Awards is definitely a little more diversified, I guess, if you could say. So, and you'll see, like, as I go through some of the other recipients, like, it's not all the same person from the previous awards who won.
Yeah, we've got the next one that you have listed as performance by female actor in supporting role for Marriage Story, which didn't win any awards at the Golden Globes, right?
So, yeah, for female actor in a drama series, outstanding performance by a female actor in a drama series was Jennifer Aniston. She was not awarded anything at the Golden Globes.
I've heard good things about the morning show. Like,
yeah,
everybody
me too.
seems to be all about it.
She works with Steve Carell in that, and I'm a fan of Steve Carell.
He's so great.
I know he is. He really is. But I need to like pause here and talk about Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston real quick. So
wait, why?
Because they were trending on Twitter for right after the award show ended, and they were even trending on Yahoo Mail. Okay, so I was like, "Why are they?"
Yahoo Mail exists.
Yahoo Mail. I have Yahoo. I have a Yahoo account. Like,
I've only used Yahoo for fantasy football in the last 10 years.
Yahoo is like the email I have where I send all of my like discount codes, like my coupon codes. Like Macy sends me stuff, like all the sales.
Yeah,
and then my Gmail is like my work stuff, my serious stuff,
your professional stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, who has Yahoo? I have Yahoo.
How do you even like? Who's the Yahoo paid somebody to say that it was trending on Yahoo?
Stop.
Seriously. No, there's no other reason that we would mention it.
But they were definitely trending on Twitter because I was reading everyone's tweets and they were trending.
Wait, why were they trending?
Because, during Jennifer Aniston's acceptance speech, she won this award right after Brad Pitt. So obviously Brad Pitt,
cool.
He's backstage, and while Jennifer Aniston's giving her acceptance speech. He stops and he's staring at the teleprompter, or not the teleprompter, the television backstage, and he's just like gazing at her. And there's videos all over social media, and he's just gazing, like smiling.
Is
and
it one
just,
of those
admiring.
like find a man who looks at you the way that Brad Pitt looks at Jennifer Aniston
kind
type
of,
things?
But they were married, right? I'm like, let me just check. Brad Pitt and
wait, they were married?
Oh my goodness gracious. Where have you been? Were you even alive between 2000 and 2005? What were you doing?
Not paying attention to this.
Oh,
I was 11 through 15 years old.
Keith,
I did not care.
I know listeners right now are like, their jaws dropped right now because you're probably like, why are they trending? But it's because they're exes, they're famous exes. And let me give you some.
Okay, I thought I had heard that they were famous exes.
Yes, so Brad Pitt, before Angelina, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were married between those years. And
wait, is that Bradgelina?
Were
they married too?
Yes, but hold up.
Oh, okay.
There's a little telenovela for you.
Oh my gosh.
Brad Pitt cheated
riveted
on Jennifer Aniston with Angelina Jolie.
No.
Yes.
I am so emotionally invested.
And now they're divorced too. But
I'm not emotionally invested.
I can
at
tell.
all.
I know that was
don't
complete
care.
sarcasm. But I'm just letting you know why people were, so excited, I guess, and like people were getting their hopes up, like, oh my god, you guys, it's happening. Like they're gonna get back together, and like it was just like all these things, like that video.
Why would we want them to get back together?
That's
Who
what
cares?
I'm saying. No, that's what I personally don't care. I'm just here reporting. Okay. I'm just here reporting why they went viral.
Sorry, let me fake some enthusiasm. Oh my gosh, the way he looked at her.
The way he looked at her, the way she looked at him too, because while he was giving his acceptance speech, she was down at the audience, and she was like, it almost looked like she wanted to cry, honestly, like her eyes were really watery. And then during backstage, there were photos where she placed her hand in his chest and he's like grabbing her hand, and like they're very touchy feeling, and like we haven't seen that in like a very long time, obviously because he's been married with Angelina all those years, so they can't really show too much affection. But that was one of the most like trending topics, or if not the most trending topic from the SAG Awards. And so that's why I wanted to share with you.
Wait, you see, I'm looking at the show notes. Brad Pitt attends Jennifer Aniston's holiday party every year and her 50th birthday.
Yes. So that's why, no, he definitely regrets it. Like, I feel like Jennifer Aniston is that girl for him where he's like, damn, like I let a good one go. I mean, he did do her dirty. So I personally would not take him back.
Wait, didn't Beyonce cheat on, or not Beyonce?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z
Yes.
cheated on Beyonce.
Let's not get into that because I was like, makes me upset. But you know what? Each to their own. It's their relationship. We don't know the ins and outs of these people's lives.
This is true.
This is why I just wanted to, share with you.
Peter Dinklage won an award. Mm-hmm. Okay, so back to important things. So for outstanding performance by a male actor in a drama series, Peter Dinklage on Game of Thrones.
Overthrowing
Steve Carell. What do you mean overthrowing Steve Carell? Has Steve Carell won that award like so many times?
No, but they were nominated in the same category. I thought you were gonna find my dad joke funny. I wrote it. I was like, get it because Game of Thrones. Like,
yeah,
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
You were so excited. It's like the first 2 seasons are not that great. Mm-hmm. The 3 through the season before the last one. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how many seasons there's been. Like 7.
There's a lot. It's very popular. I feel like people are
there's like 3 seasons that are amazing, and all the other. In my opinion, there are 3 seasons that are amazing, and the rest of them are pretty mediocre, especially this last season. Oh. But the acting's been great, and Peter Dinklage has been the highlight of that series. So it's cool that he got an award.
I think he also got nominated for this same award at the Golden Globes, but he didn't win. Maybe. Because I saw his name sprinkled around there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a great actor. Mm-hmm. He's Peter Dinklage.
He's Peter Dinklage. We're going to take a quick break right now. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up the SAG Awards, and then we'll share with you guys another movie trailer.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Welcome back to the GSMC movie podcast. I'm Keith.
Again. Just in case I forgot.
That's Cynthia, in case you forgot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
so, before we left, we were talking about Peter Dinklage, how cool he is.
And Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
They were the trending topic. I had to remind you.
Trending topic. Hashtag trending. Okay, gotcha. So, Best Stunts in a Motion Picture, another notable award from the SAG Awards, went to, drumroll, Avengers Endgame, another movie that was super great.
Mm-hmm. And then for
I didn't think it was great.
No? I cannot tell your sarcasm today. Like, what is going on right now? Why'd you drink so much hater-raide today?
Hater-raide.
Hater-raide.
That's the best dad joke of this entire podcast. Hater-raide.
Hater-raide. We should have named this episode.
Hater-raide. Keith's hater-raide.
Keith on that hater-raide
Keith
today.
on the hate train drinking hater-raide.
Yep.
Haters gonna hate. No, I just, the plot was trivial and the storytelling was, in my opinion, mediocre, and it relied way too heavily on like a bad storytelling mechanic that creates inconsistencies in the plot. But whatever, you know.
That's just your opinion.
It is just my opinion.
It is.
It's my correct opinion.
It
is my objectively factual opinion.
Objectively. And then for best stunts in a comedy or drama series, Drummel again. Take it away, Keith.
Oh, yeah, Game of Thrones. Okay, love how you made me do the drum roll.
I know.
And tell them which who won the
I'm
award.
I'm making you work.
But you're going to see me work.
Oh, my God.
Is that a song?
Wait. Yes.
Song, right?
I was going to say that's a great joke.
By
that's Rihanna.
Rihanna.
I know. I'm so glad you know that song. I'm actually very pleased right now.
Oh,
that's the best joke you've done today. That's the best one. I really like that one.
You want to hear of another funny one?
God.
So my little sister loves Beyonce, And
Okay,
whenever
we're
I
friends.
talk to her about Beyonce, I call her Bianca.
Bianca?
And I'll always correct anybody who says her name.
What's her name?
Well, no. So my sister's name is Haley, but if anyone's talking about Beyonce to Haley, I'll say, excuse me, it's Bianca and Jazzy instead of Jay-Z.
Oh my God.
I think I'm hilarious. She hates it so much. I love it. It's great.
ha.
Shout out to my little sister Haley. She's in Southern California.
There we go.
I don't know if she listens to this podcast. I think she does.
She should, because you just mentioned her.
Yeah, I'll have to tell her that I specifically mentioned her. I won't tell her when, though, so
We're
she'll
gonna
listen
be
to the
great
whole
friends
thing.
because she's a Beyonce fan. I'm a Beyonce fan.
You guys
You're a
probably
hater.
would get along
I know.
pretty well. Hey, look, it's not
We
my
have-
fault that Lemonade was a mediocre album.
We're
in my
not here to
opinion.
discuss music. We're here to discuss movies. We're here to discuss movies. If you want to listen to music, tune in to Keith and I and the Music Podcast, because
Yes.
that one is, we go at it
Do
in
we?
a friendly way.
Yeah,
It's a friendly debate.
I guess so.
But
Anyway, Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
best stunts in a comedy or drama series, which is exciting for
yes,
them. Good for
especially
them.
because I feel stunts don't ever really get nominated for any award.
Which they should, because they're really hard to do.
It
Yeah.
absolutely is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I liked, compared to the other awards shows, movie award shows, SAG so far is like my favorite. And then I want to mention like the very last award that was given at the SAG Awards, which is deemed as like the most prestigious, and that's the Lifetime Achievement Award, and that's awarded to individuals who have made a lasting impact through film. Some actors who've received this award have been Betty White, Morgan Freeman, Audrey Hepburn,
Wow.
Clint Eastwood.
Sweet.
I was waiting for an ad lib. But I'm like a fan of all those people.
Yeah,
Maybe
cool.
not so much Audrey Hepburn, because I didn't really grow up watching her. But the
Oh,
rest,
she's incredible. Have you seen My Fair Lady?
I haven't. I always see her picture on like Marshalls, like framed. That's the only reason why I know who Audrey Hepburn
Oh, she's
is.
the coolest.
But anyways, so the winner for this year's Lifetime Achievement Award was given to Robert De Niro.
It's pronounced De Niro.
De Niro, whatever. De Niro. Whatever. Okay.
De
Robert
Niro.
De Niro. No. Robert De Niro. But again, I'm not surprised. He's, through all like the films he's done, he's super versatile, and he has a lot of memorable roles like Meet the Fockers. Okay. I know
we
you
just
watched
talked about
that.
that, yeah.
The Deer Hunter, Silver Linings Playbook,
Great
The
movie.
Untouchables, and the list goes on. So I'm not surprised he was awarded this specific award. He looked super old at the SAG Awards, though. Like, I did not
he is
recognize.
an older gentleman.
I forget, though, because when I see him on screen, that's the image I think of him all the time. And then when he was on stage at the SAG Awards, he had like a very long white beard and like white long hair. I was like,
Oh, wow.
who is this man? And he's so little. He's definitely shrinking. He's probably my height now. No, I'm kidding.
He was born
I'm
in
5'2".
63. Like, what do you expect?
But I don't want him to age. Like, I want him to do movies forever and ever and ever. Like all these actors.
You should never wish that on anybody. That would be a torturous existence.
I know.
Yeah.
But you guys, that's going to wrap up for the SAG Awards talk. And I want to move now into a movie trailer that we watched, which is
Oh my
called...
gosh, he was in Stardust.
Yes. He's been in many, many films.
What did he do in The Joker?
Joker, he was as a talk show host.
Oh.
That's more of a supporting role, but he
Yeah.
is featured. But yeah, he was there. I won't. If you haven't seen Joker, I won't give away what happens. But
He was a voice in Shark Tale. Truly, the versatility of this man.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, he's it. He's the it guy.
He's pretty cool, yeah. I mean, he's got a pretty substantial... He's been doing stuff since the 70s.
Well, a lasting impact through film. That's what the Lifetime Achievement Award is.
Wow. Okay.
You're impressed? No hater-raide on this one? Are we impressed, Keith?
I mean, award shows are kind of...
I know. Like, they're not my favorite, but
Yeah.
I just, out of all the ones that we've seen, reviewed, this one I enjoyed the most. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
will
pretty
say
cool
that.
that they've got, like, categories that we don't normally see. So that is exciting.
yes.
So now we're going to talk about a movie trailer, which is pretty slim pickings for movie trailers. I was like looking through to find something. This is like the only one that I really felt like was worth talking about
Yes.
aside from Sonic the Hedgehog, which we've already talked about. And may I just mention again, I'm super here for Jim Carrey and him being a supervillain.
That comes out soon.
It does in February, right?
I think on Valentine's Day. So perfect date night.
I know.
We did say
that is exactly what I'm doing on date night, is making my poor girlfriend watch a video game movie with me about a character from the 90s.
But Jim Carrey, man. I mean, I love
She does
watching.
love Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe she'll want to go see it.
Yeah.
Quick, best Jim Carrey movie, your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Oh, my God. The one, I forgot the name, but it's the one with the green mask.
That's just called The Mask.
The Mask. I'm like, that one.
Or The Grinch. I mean, like, he did technically.
Oh, The Grinch, right. But like, you can't
one.
really tell it's him. The Mask, I feel like that's the very first Jim Carrey film I watched and like just fell in love with like his performance. And he's very, what's that, expressive, like with his emotions, his faces. Like, he's super just goofy.
Yeah, he does a great job in that movie. You're right. My favorite Jim Carrey film is Yes Man.
Oh, that one's a good one
really
too.
Good
That's
one.
a really good one.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a great, serious Jim Carrey role. Was he in like Liar Liar? Was that what it was called?
I don't remember.
It's the one where he can't tell a lie for like a whole day, and he's a lawyer. And
oh, okay. I kind of rings a bell.
I can't remember if it's called Liar Liar or like The Lying Man or like something like that.
Something
but that
lying,
one's
though.
super sweet. I liked that one a lot. And then obviously Ace Ventura. Those movies are hilarious. The second one, we need to talk about it at some point on this podcast because I think it's people don't realize this, but the second Jim Carrey movie the second Ace Ventura movie is absolutely like a low budget trash film that everybody saw that without knowing it. There's this specific scene that I'm thinking of where they're playing chess and the camera pans away for half a second, and when they come back, no one has touched the chessboard, but it's like a completely different chessboard. So like the continuity and the budget on that film must have been just like absolutely in the dumpster. So we'll have to talk about that at some point.
We should do an episode where we just talk
about
strictly
Jim Carrey
movies because there's like a wide array of films that we could talk about. We could talk about that.
Talk about somebody who deserved to win the SAG Award for Lifetime Achievement.
Yeah, actually.
Good old JC, Jim Carrey.
JC. Oh, there we go. Like, we're buddies with him. We call him JC. Not like regular people who call him Jim Carrey.
Anyway, we're going to talk about the trailer for The Gentleman.
The Gentleman, yes. And I agree with you on that point. When I was going through trailers, trying to find a good one to talk about on today's podcast, this was the one that stuck out to me to most, but I still wasn't like overly impressed.
No, I mean, it looks interesting, but not that interesting.
Exactly. And so this one, The Gentleman, comes out on January 24th, and it's a rated R action adventure comedy film, just the same as Bad Boys for Life.
So the synopsis, Mickey Pearsons is an American expatriate who became rich by building a marijuana empire in London. When word gets out that he's looking to cash out of the business, it soon triggers an array of plots and schemes for those who want his fortune. Oh, it's a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yes,
That's
it's a
cool.
Guy Ritchie. So
yeah, directed by Guy Ritchie. And the what else is he good? Or what else is he known
directed Sherlock Holmes and Snatch.
Cool.
Yeah, and
no,
I was like, we're and.
Yeah, we're both saying and. So
I
the
know.
cast includes Matthew McConaughey. Was that a good McConaughey impression?
That was all right. I give it like an 8.
Oh yes,
that's pretty. You know,
I love his commercial that he has where. He's sitting in the back of a Lincoln, ice fishing, whistling the Andy Griffith theme song. It's so non sequitur. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. We'll watch it before we do our next podcast. So Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, Hugh Grant. Love Hugh Grant. He's hilarious. Michelle Dockery, Colin Farrell. Wow, that's cool. Jeremy Strong and Henry Golding. So. Yeah,
I just wasn't impressed. Like,
no,
I
not
wasn't
either.
impressed.
I don't really know what's going on.
Correct. Like,
yeah, the trailer doesn't really tell you anything.
So, just the same as like Uncut Gems.
Or like Knives Out was another one of those movies that was kind of like trying to do that same thing. Like, this is gonna be super cool, and then you as the viewer are like, what's going to be cool?
Right.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'm wondering how The Gentleman is going to hold up against Bad Boys for Life because they're kind of in the same genre of film.
Oh, are they?
Okay. And Bad Boys it's like action, there's guns, like, you know, typical drugs. And Bad Boys for Life is like killing it right now. And Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have done an amazing job promoting that film since the summertime. And I have not seen a lot of promo for The Gentleman. like at all. Like I literally found out about this film today when I was looking it up.
Wow.
And so I'm curious to see how The Gentleman does compare to Bad Boys for Life, because they're only a week apart from their release date. And
this comes out like 2 days from now.
Yeah. So I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to really take the cake, but I just felt like it didn't really do anything special. There were like a couple scenes where it was like kind of funny, like in the trailer when that guy's in the trunk. And he's like, what's his name? I like don't want to cuss on here.
Remember. Yeah,
it's like it's very close to a cuss word, but that was probably like the only comical moment of the trailer. And if that's in the trailer and that's like their funniest part, then I don't know really what to expect for the rest of the film.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog is more compelling than this one. Yeah, because it's like there's like 3 zingers, and you know that there's like if there's 3 zingers, there's no way that those are the funniest lines in the movie, because you've got 3 like, oh, haha, those were funny, but like this one is like, wow, that's like this one hilarious scene.
Literally one
like,
part.
I don't know.
It's a lot of
Go see it and let us know.
Yeah, it's a lot of British actors in the film as well.
British.
I mean, it was filmed in London, as I was looking it up. But
across the pond. Right?
Is that your... I'm not even going to try like a British impression right now.
I'm so bad at accents. Don't even... Yeah.
I'm not.
Anyway.
But yeah, so this is definitely a film I probably will not spend my hard-earned money at the theaters.
And it is hard-earned.
It is hard-earned.
Yeah.
Bad Boys for Life was totally worth it. The Gentleman, I'm not sure. But if you listeners go and watch it, let us know in the comments what you think. What are your thoughts on the film or on the trailer?
Yeah.
And anything else you got to add to The Gentleman?
No.
We were both
generally underwhelmed.
Oh, underwhelmed. Yeah, not impressed. Yeah. And I think that's going to conclude today's episode.
Yeah, that's it for us this week. Thanks for having me back.
I know.
I'll be here every week after.
No hater-raide. No hater-raide next time.
Yes, I will leave the hater-raide at home. I will.
We'll forgive you today because
Thank
it is
you.
your first, you were gone 2 weeks. You were sick, so we'll let it pass this time. But
wait, was it 2 weeks?
2 weeks? Because you didn't come last week.
Wow.
I know. It was a one-woman show. One-woman show.
Well, technically, it's a one-woman show now because I'm a man and you're a woman. It's a one-woman, one-man show. But like, I get what you're saying.
Anyway. I was leading the ship last week. I was captain.
Yeah, and it didn't sink. You did a great job.
It did not sink.
I will listen to it.
Thank you.
I can't believe that I didn't listen to it. I'm so sorry.
Like I said, I'm letting it slide because you were sick.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you not coming and getting me sick.
Yes.
Because I was sick the week prior.
Yeah.
So we don't want none of that. We're out of that.
We are so done being sick.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for listening. If you like this show, like it, subscribe, leave us a great review.
Share.
Tweet at us.
Comment.
Do all of the fun things that people do to engage with digital content. Yeah.
And if you want more of us, then stay tuned for next week here at the GSMC Movie Podcast.
Check out the music podcast. We do that together too.
And we wish you guys a very happy and productive week.
Have a nice night.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Movie Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.